Hello, hello! If you would like to join me for an unboxing and a first impressions, then stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so I've been talking about this before. This is an unboxing from Aliexpress. I have been really curious about these planners because I've seen quite a few YouTubers purchase them, and I really wanted to see them for myself, touch them, feel them, and just kind of see whether or not this is something that I think I can put into my system. So let's get right to it. So these are the Kinbor planners, and as you can see, I got them in a few different sizes. So let's do the weeklies first. So I got two different weeklies because, you know, on AliExpress, it's a little bit difficult to get a real idea of which one exactly that you want. So I've seen unboxings, I believe, on both of these, I think, if I got the right ones. And it seems like possibly the paper is different on one than the other, but let's just go ahead and get into it. We'll actually start with the box. So this one came in a box that says Kinbor. It is a little crushed, but I mean, it came from AliExpress, so I'm not really expecting a whole lot because of how it is shipped. So I'm gonna take this one right out. So this particular one, I can tell you, like, it's already a little wonky looking, which is probably because of the shipment. But it has kind of like a material kind of covering, and it is gray. So and this one also came with the pen, which it says Kinbor on the pen. That's the pen. It's a multi-pen, 3 ink. Yeah, it's a cheap pen, so it's not really something that I'm super interested in. I really was more interested in the planner, and I really wanted to get one that had a neutral cover in case I decided to use the cover. So just kind of first impression paper wise, this is fairly thick, so it's definitely nothing like, and let me zoom you in, it's nothing like Tomoe River paper at all. I would say, I don't know really the GSM of this paper, and I can't read this, which none of it's in English really. I mean, some of it is, but none of the actual info. I can just tell you that this particular one is 91 by 185 millimeters. So this particular one is undated. It has this little yearly plan. Sorry, let's get you zoomed correctly. It has a yearly plan. Is that 2 years? Yes, 2 years worth of yearly plans here in the front pages. And then I guess it goes right to the monthly. Hang on, did I miss a page? Yeah, I'm not, that's just kind of like telling you what to do with it. And then it goes directly into the monthly pages. So it is sewn in, bound, and I'm not gonna lie, this one's kind of cheap. So, but you know, it was cheap on AliExpress, so what do I expect, right? I don't know. So it's an undated monthly. It goes into the undated sections for all the monthlies. And then let's get past the monthlies and see what we have. And then it's a weekly like this. And again, these are undated. And so you have your Monday start, Monday through Sunday, which with it being undated, you could easily change that if you're a Sunday person. I'm just so used to Monday starts now. And okay, so it goes all the way through. So let's get past the weeklies and see where we're at. So then, is there an index page? That's what I'm wondering. So it goes right into this, which is like their index page in the back. And then you have a handful of the same exact pages. They just say subject and date on each page. So you can see that, subject and date on each page. And 5, 6, 7, 8. There's maybe 20 pages. And then it has like a back gusseted pocket, and it also came with these little tabs. So first impression on this one isn't great. It's pretty cheap, but and it clearly picks up like lint and stuff. But let's get the real Hobonichi Weeks out. I have that here in my Moterm. Let me zoom you guys back out. I'll do another flip of this one. I just want to do like a really quick comparison size-wise, and we'll do that flip in another video. But so this particular one that says Kinbor on it, and I mean, and it does say copyright Kinbor and all that. There was a reviewer for this particular one that said that this was like a fake and it wasn't a Kinbor. I can't speak to that. I don't really know anything about Kinbor, so I'm not really sure whether this is fake or not. But I can tell you it is pretty much identical size-wise to the Hobonichi Weeks. So, so this one definitely is the same size. And so this is the one that you can get. It comes in the box and a kit with the pen. So, and I will link the shop from Aliexpress, because I know like we can say Aliexpress, but there's like tens of thousands of shops on Aliexpress. And multiple shops sell the same thing. So, you know, it's an undated, it's a cheapy planner. I think I can still use this. So I was originally thinking about using this for a opportunity that I have for, if I can talk, for helping out, doing some volunteer work, and I know it might be kind of spotty, so I didn't really need something dated, so that's why I was thinking that the undated would work for me. So that's that one. So now let's look, actually I'll put it back over here. Let's look at this one, which this one comes like in a package. And this one definitely has like, you know, more information that leads me to believe that maybe that other one isn't real. I don't know, because this one even has like a Kinbor instruction booklet, and that other one had nothing. So and at the back bottom on this one it says Kinbor creation, versus the back of this one just is like gold and it says copyright by Kinbor. So I'm curious, but okay. So this one is a very floppy, almost leather-like. It's not leather, but it's like a leather-like material, but it's very, very floppy. So kind of like the Sneaker Weeks is floppy, this one is similar. So it opens up to a gray page, and actually while I have this one here, let's do a quick comparison. I would say that they're pretty much about the same. The Kinbor actually looks like it may be a smidgen bigger. Like when I say it, maybe not. It's probably just my cover on cover that's making it look different. I think they're pretty much the same size. So let's get into the inside. Paper is much different than the other one. So this one is definitely a thinner paper. It's definitely not a Tomoe River paper, but it is a higher quality than that other book. So the one thing that already I can tell you that I like about this one is that the wording for the months has English at the top instead of, let's just compare it really quick. The Hobonichi Weeks just does numbers. So it will just say 1, 2, 3, where this one actually says January, February. Now I will say, because this one is more of a white paper, so you can just from afar, you can see that difference, that this paper is more white and this one is more cream. Honestly, the cream of the Hobonichi Weeks pops out to my eyes, my old eyes, better than the white. If you just kind of like look at it like this, you can see that this is definitely more defined than the Kinbor is. But if you're somebody that really cares about white versus cream, then this is probably going to be more pleasing to your eyes. I don't care, so that makes no difference to me. And so then the Hobonichi Weeks has their yearly view like that, versus the Kinbor is more like this, where it has a single month and then it has the dates going all the way down to 31. So I've seen something like this in a lot of other planners, real similar, where you have a little bit more space and room to write things out. So it does that for 12 months. And then it gets right into the monthly. And then the monthly, it's a January start versus, I keep hitting my thing, sorry, versus a month ahead. The Hobonichi Weeks is a December start. But let's just compare January to January. I would say they're pretty similar in box size. I'm not seeing a huge difference there. Again, the coloration is much different. This is white with like a gray printing versus the cream and more of a black printing. So it's just going to be preference there. So it is the same in the sense of all the months are in the front. So let's get to December. There's December, and then you have a yearly plan on 2-page. I'll move this out of the way. You have this yearly plan on 2-page, and it has the boxes for January through December, and then just another grid, 2 pages. And then it gets into the dated monthlies, which is exactly the same as, I shouldn't say that. It's not exactly the same. It is the same layout as the Hobonichi Weeks. Sorry, I'm trying to flip over here out of view. But the one thing that I do really like about the Kinbor is it doesn't have this wasted space. And that is all this is to me, is wasted space. I like that this is bigger because that, you know, writing at the bottom is gone and it is utilized for strictly planning on both sides. So you can see that wasted space in the Hobonichi Weeks. And some people will say it's not wasted because it's quotes. I can't read it, so it makes no difference to me. So to me, it's just wasted space. So I like having that for sure in the Kinbor versus the Hobonichi Weeks. The paper is really not that bad, you guys. It does still have the same monthly view here in the corner that has the week that you're in and the day. Let's see, is it? I'm not sure what the red. So the red allocates the weekends, and then I'm not sure, maybe some kind of holiday or something. But it does still have that monthly view there. So let's go all the way to the end. So there's December, and there's quite a few pages. So they have a full index, and then, oh, and they're dated. I like that too. I really like that. So Hobonichi Weeks has their index and theirs are dated at the bottom as well. So you can see that the Kinbor has an index and then their pages are dated at the bottom. So there is, how many? 78, oh, sorry, you're out of view. 78 pages in the back for writing versus the Hobo Weeks has how many? I don't remember. Some of y'all know this stuff up at the top of your head. 71 pages. So like 7 more pages on the Kinbor than on the Hobo Weeks. And then it has like a schedule that you can kind of come up with a daily schedule that works for you. And it says annual target. I'm sure that this stuff is more in this little book telling you what these pages can be used for. And then it has all these other little pages like favorites for a number of different things. Looks like books, music, movies, food. And then it has a map, a Chinese map, and a few Chinese word pages. Not nearly as many as the Hobo Weeks, but a few. And then it does have this little stamp on the back that says Kinbor Weekly. I'm curious. I'm curious now because now I'm wondering, like, is this thing real? Is this one over here real? Because none of it's the same. And if it was, I honestly, y'all, I don't think this is a real Kinbor. I think that reviewer was right because nothing's the same. And this one actually has like a stamp like that that says Kinbor Weekly Life Document. So, and then it has like a little, instead of a gusseted pocket, it has just a little secretarial pocket in the back. So this is nice, actually. I would say the only thing that I don't super like about it is how I don't like the floppiness of the cover. And I'm curious now. Now I have to, let me grab a cover. I want to see if a regular hobo cover fits this thing. This was last year's, so let me just, and I had some paper that I was using because I didn't really like the cover. I mean, you can just see how floppy it is. It's hard to even get in, but will it fit? That's what I want to know. Yes, it fits. So, and I highly doubt I would use that secretarial pocket anyway, because this usually goes into an actual cover, and I don't use the back pockets of these because they slide into the cover. So floppy. Okay, so there. It will fit in a Hobonichi Weeks cover uncover for those of you that are curious that maybe want to try this one instead for next year or this year, and you happen to have one of these old cover uncovers kicking around. It will help firm it up. So that's good to know. I do like the paper, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually do enjoy the fact that it does not have that wasted space at the bottom versus the Hobonichi Weeks. Let's just do, because I'm gonna keep these. So maybe on like one of the Chinese pages that I'm not gonna do anything with, let's write something with a fountain pen, and just out of total curiosity see how it works. So I don't remember what kind of ink I have in this one, but I will just write my name. So I know that this pen actually usually writes pretty smooth. Let's see. I'm just gonna do a couple different ones. I know this one, I'm positive this one writes really smooth. Yeah, that one's okay. So with that pen, there was like a little teeny bit of feedback, but this one really, there isn't, barely at all. So I'm just kind of curious how fountain pens, I would say it's about the same as a Hobo Weeks as far as ghosting or bleed through. It seems to me to be about the same. So you can kind of, you can see through it, but it's about the same as the Tomoe River paper. And fountain pen seems to work decent, and they both have dried already. So that's both bonuses. So yeah, I don't know what the actual paper is. I don't know if they put it in this book at all. I wouldn't be able to read it anyway because there's no English. It's all Chinese. Unless they have like an English section, which nope, they do not. So yeah, I can't tell you what the actual paper is, but it is nice, whatever it is, and whatever the GSM of it is. I don't see it written anywhere. I do, you know, I like that they write out in English. I do actually prefer this one over the Hobonichi Weeks. It just seems a little bit more functional to me. The Hobonichi Weeks one is just so small. And then these little pages in the back, the favorites, where were they? Right here. The schedule, and then the favorites section. Can't seem to get my fingers to work. Those are nice, and you can definitely use those as well. So first impression, pretty decent for this one that I believe is a real Kinbor. I'm gonna say not so much for this packet one that is undated. I mean, I'm sure that I can still find a use for this just as like a cheapy planner, but I would say this doesn't seem to be a real Kinbor. So let's actually look at the last one that I got, and that is an A5. And I got this one for the purposes of possibly journaling. So let's get that out. So very much the same. It's kind of like a fake leather. Let me just put this out of the way here. It's like a fake leather material. Same kind of grayscale pages in the front. And very similar. Yeah, it feels like the same paper, I think, to me. Yeah. I think it's the same. So it's basically the same here. It just has a much larger scale. And then it goes right into the months. Ooh, let's really zoom out. It goes right into the months. So it's a January start and goes to December. And then it has the year plan, which is the same, just bigger. And then the weekly. So this kind of looks like Youpin Techo. Jabun. I always say Youpin, I don't know why. And then so this is essentially, it's like a weekly, like that. And then it just goes into, once you get through the 52 weeks, it goes directly into an index, and then just blank pages in the back. Once again, there is 60 blank pages, and then there is a mock schedule, an annual target, and you can just see that is what the annual target and the blank schedule look like. And then the same thing, it has a 21-day plan, and then it has the favorite section. So this looks very much like the weekly, the same thing. And does it say, it says manage time and control life. Turn the page on yesterday, only ever think about today and tomorrow, 2022. And it has the same little stamp in the back that says Kinbor Creation. So this one, and it has this stamp as well. And this one's called the Kinbor Techo. So this is obviously, like when I said, oh, it looks like a Jabun. It's definitely the same as that, and I can show, can I show you? Yeah, I can. Just randomly, well, it doesn't have, no, this is a different one. I can't show you that. I forgot. I got a different one this year because I had the business, and the business is very much like this one, where it is just daily like that. So yeah, so that is the A5. I do believe that there are a number of different A5s that you can get. I don't think that there's a number of different Hobonichi Weeks Dupes. I think this is pretty much it. But I do believe that there's more than one of the A5s. My first impression, the paper is nice. It's still got that same kind of floppy exterior cover, which is okay. I prefer one that's a little firmer, but I can make do. Is very similar as the A5 Jibun Techo. And yeah, so like I said, I do believe there are some other ones that you can purchase, but I wasn't really sure. I just kind of wanted to get one and get my hands on one and see if I can use this one for journaling. And I may use this one actually for my volunteer stuff versus the other one, not sure yet. But I do definitely like the Kinbor Weekly, and this may be a definite yes for me for next year instead of getting the Hobonichi Weeks, because I do more prefer not having that wasted space at the bottom, and the paper for me doesn't much matter. It doesn't have to be Tomoe River paper. I'm okay with not having that in my weekly. I need it in my B6 because I do use a lot of different things in my B6, but I just use my weekly as an overview. And oops, I forgot to show that this one does have bookmarks as well. So yeah, so first impressions, I like the ones that look to be real. I'm not a super fan of this one that is in the package. The paper is thick. It doesn't seem like this is a Kinbor at all. I think honestly this is somebody using Kinbor's name and printing something completely different, because it is not anything like the Kinbor planner. It doesn't have the stamp. It doesn't have anything that these two have. So yeah, I don't really think this one's real, but it is what it is. So I'll find some use for it at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to comment down below, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!